As you are aware, over the past school year, we have migrated to Google Apps for Education for all AMDSB staff email. This is a significant change for an organization the size of our board, considering how integrated we have been with First Class. Today, I'd like to introduce you to a new system that will replace the First Class desktop and allow us to simplify employee and student communications and easily share information and resources. A dedicated team has been working over the past several months to create what we are calling the Core. Here is our communications manager, Wes McVicker, with more information.
Hello. I'd like to introduce you to the Core. Through the Core, staff and students will easily access all communication, information, and resources, both as employees of the board and in the classroom. The Core is accessible through any internet browser on any device. For example, navigate to the Chrome browser on your PC. Navigate to yourschools.ca. Select the Core on the right-hand side of the page, which has replaced the staff menu. You may want to bookmark this page so you can go directly to it in the future. Using your Active Directory username and password, sign in. Just as a reminder, your username is the first part of your Google Apps email address, which is your first name dot last name. You are now on the Core landing page for all AMDSB staff. The Core integrates with Google Apps in many ways, such as the Google Apps window. The first time you sign in, you will need to provide your Google Apps account sign-in, but thereafter, you'll be signed into Google Apps every time you open the Core. Let's take a look at some of the information that is available on the Core. In this window, you can see your Google Mail, Calendar, and Drive. Drop-down menus along the top of the page contains links to information and resources you would have previously accessed in First Class. During the first few months, IT will be working with the departments to move information out of First Class to these menus in the Core. During this transition period, some information will continue to be hosted in First Class, but as we move information, new links will appear in the drop-down menus in the Core. At the same time, a message will appear in the First Class conferences, directing employees to the new location to access the information they are looking for. Links commonly used by all employees have been provided in this window just below the drop-down menus. For example, the icon for transportation cancellation and delays takes you to the transportation website. A board calendar has been provided that will contain system events. By selecting the arrow buttons, you can scroll through the calendar 5 days at a time. By clicking on the View the Calendar text, employees can view an expanded weekly, monthly, or agenda view. Below the calendar is a window that will contain board news and announcements. This will contain the similar messages to those posted in the Ed Center conference and perhaps others as we get more comfortable with using the feature. Under the Google Apps window, the AMDSB Twitter feed is also integrated. As you can see, this page contains information that all employees will need, but it does not address the needs of school sites specifically. If you belong to a school site or several sites, you will also have access to the Core sites created for each school. A link to each of your sites will appear above the Google Apps window. Let's take a look at the Core page for Blue Water Coast as an example. Once on this page, staff will have access to a variety of information pertaining to their school. I will not go into detail during this initial introduction. However, some of the information includes commonly used teacher links, student links, school announcements, as well as the school staff Google group. School secretaries and TRAs will receive training on the use of these features first. However, all staff in a school will be able to create announcements and use the Google group. Additionally, resources from our Learning Services and Program Department will be available in drop-down menus at the top of the page, as well as a link to the school website. Over the next month, IT will be working with Program and Learning Services to organize the transition of information to these drop-downs. In the meantime, continue to access this type of information in First Class. Staff should also know that students have access to the Core. When students sign in, they will be presented with a similar page to the teaching staff, but will not have access to all the administrative information staff do. Over the coming months, we will communicate and reach out to schools and help them use the Core. We hope you find this to be a useful tool in your daily work. Enjoy the Core.